Coming up on this Monday morning edition of DITV, Fetal Heartbeat. We bring you the latest from Des Moines on the controversial bill.
And later, finals week is here. We tell you about the offerings at the IMU this week.
Iowa clinched the Cyhawk series this weekend. I'll tell you more in sports.
It looks to be decently calm for finals week. Your forecast is right around the corner.
All that and more is coming up on this Monday, December 10th edition of DITV.
Don't go anywhere. It all starts now.
Good morning and thanks for tuning in to this live Monday edition of DITV. I'm Noah Gowdy.
And I'm Sneeze Zetz. Here's a look at our top stories. The Fetal Heartbeat Bill, a controversial law that will ban abortions once a heartbeat is detected during a woman's pregnancy in Iowa, had its last day in court on Friday in Polk County. Judge Michael Hubert did not make a ruling on a motion for a summary judgment that was filed in September, but said a decision will be made in the next 60 days. A summary judgment asked the court to decide a case based on the parties' legal arguments without waiting for a trial. The motion was filed by co-petitioners Planned Parenthood and others against Governor Kim Reynolds. This includes the Iowa Board of Medicine and the state of Iowa.
Over the weekend, President Donald Trump weighed in on his special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation. On Friday, Mueller, with other prosecutors, made sentencing recommendations for former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort and his attorney Michael Cohen. Trump said he was very happy with what he's read so far.
There was no collusion whatsoever. There never has been. The last thing I want is help from Russia on a campaign. You should ask Hillary Clinton about Russia because she financed the fake dossier. No.
That wasn't the only news to come out of the White House this weekend, as Trump told the media Saturday that he will soon have a new chief of staff.
John Kelly will be leaving, I don't know if I can say retiring, but he's a great guy. John Kelly will be leaving at the end of the year. We'll be announcing who will be taking John's place. It might be on an interim basis. I'll be announcing that over the next day or two, but John will be leaving at the end of the year. He's been with me almost 2 years now, as you know, between the two positions. So, we're probably going to see him in a little while. But John Kelly, ready? Are you ready? So John Kelly will be leaving toward the end of the year, at the end of the year, and I appreciate his service very much.
On Twitter, the president said he was in the process for filing Kelly's position, tweeting, quote, "I am in the process of interviewing some really great people for the position of White House Chief of Staff," end quote, and he will be making that decision very soon.
As tradition during finals week on Iowa's campus, the Iowa Memorial Union hosts a variety of events for students to help them have a successful week. Starting off today, the IMU will flip into finals with pancakes, going on now until 10:30 a.m. Throughout the rest of the week, students can enjoy free coffee, pizza, and Pancheros chips and queso to help de-stress. The IMU will also provide free massages today from 8 p.m. to midnight, and yoga and therapy dogs Monday through Wednesday. To see a detailed list of events, you can check out imu.uiowa.edu. And Noah, I think once we're here done at the desk, I'm going to go get some pancakes myself.
Definitely, and you should probably put a coat on if you're going to head over to the IMU, because I heard it's supposed to be a pretty chilly week this week. Let's throw it over to Jacob in the weather studio to find out more. Jacob?
Well, Noah, you're not wrong. This morning we're going to have a high of around 33 degrees with sunny skies. Moving into the evening, your temperature is going to be in the lower around 21 degrees with clear skies. However, though, there is a low chance of precipitation in the morning into the whole day. You might see some flurries, but not enough to accumulate to anything, so I wouldn't worry about that too much. Now, moving on to your extended forecast, we're looking at a high of 33 and a low of 21. On your Monday, Tuesday, we're looking at a high of 40 degrees and a low of 30. There's going to be some partially cloudy skies in the area. And then that's going to carry over into your Wednesday with a high of 36 and a low on around the upper 20s. We do have 45% chance of possible showers. With the temperature so close to freezing, though, it's going to be pretty hard to tell when this precipitation could switch over from rain to snow or from snow to rain, freezing rain. It could be very difficult. So what I would do yourself a favor and check the temperature or look out your window before leaving so you can have everything you may need to tackle the weather when you walk to your finals this week. Moving to your Thursday, those snow and showers are going to dissipate, but the clouds are going to stay with a high in around 30 to 35 degrees and a low in the upper 20s. And moving into your Friday, some of the clouds are going to dissipate, bringing some of that sun back with a high around in the upper 30s and a low in the lower mid-20s with partly cloudy skies. So yeah, make sure you guys are taking care of yourselves throughout the week. Stay warm, and guys, back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Jacob. When first-year students come to Iowa, they are assigned a living learning community in their residence halls, which is a community where students with similar interests can live near each other. Next year's incoming students will see a change in these living learning communities, and DITV's Kate Fazioli has more.
University of Iowa LLCs are undergoing changes for next year's school year, and the results bring good and bad news.
LLCs have been around on campus for quite a while, and a couple years ago the University of Iowa wanted all first-year incoming new students to live in an LLC. So for a while we had a lot of LLCs. Bringing it back, we really wanted to make sure it had a purposeful, meaningful relationship between a course that students are going to be required to take, but also that it provides a backdrop for them to have conversations and discussions, and hopefully as they're living together, those discussions will continue. Well, some LLCs have been canceled because they were no longer needed. Some were canceled. Funding is always an issue. And some, like the first gen one, was canceled because there was no academic component to it.
We have several instructors who are first gen themselves, so we're especially sympathetic to what they're going through as they transition to college. And we're hoping to kind of demystify academia for them a little bit and make it easier for them as they get tapped into campus.
Sadly, the Journalism LLC and Future Teachers of America are being eliminated.
Our major is just as valid, and that we should get the same kind of resources, especially in an LLC, that other majors get. Considering journalism is a very big major and very popular major, so it's a starting point for a lot of people. So I think it'd be important that we got the same help and communities and resources as others.
Reporting to you from Calvin Hall, I'm Kate Fazioli with DITV.
With the holiday season in full swing, you might find yourself in the kitchen making some cookies. The CDC wants you to say no to raw cookie dough, but you may have to think twice before reaching for a taste of that raw cookie dough. The CDC is using the holiday season to remind all bakers out there that eating or tasting unbaked products can make you sick. Flour and raw eggs especially can contain bacteria and salmonella, respectively. So as much as you may want to sneak a taste, it's better for your health to wait until the treats are fully cooked. The CDC does have a full list of safe food handling practices on its website. In Sydney, there are a few people on campus who definitely need to stay away from that raw cookie dough this year.
That's right, Noah. They had a busy weekend, and they're going to have a busy few weeks. I'm talking about our Hawkeye athletes. To give us a recap, we have John in the sports studio with more. John?
Bingo. I think the wrestlers should definitely stay away from that cookie dough. And Hawkeye Wrestling was actually back in action this weekend, looking for their 6th win of the season. The Hawkeyes hosted the Lehigh Mountain Hawks this Saturday in Carver Hawkeye Arena. Quite a late start, and Iowa got off to a rip-roaring start with the first period Spencer Lee tech fall, mostly due to a couple early near falls. This was Lee's 4th tech fall in 5 matches. Austin DeSanto got back on track after his loss last duel. This takedown was one of his 9 during this fast-paced match. Heading into intermission, Iowa had a clean 20-0 lead, but out of the break, Alex Marinelli did his thing against Lehigh's Trey Cornish as he logged a tech fall by playing catch and release all match. However, the highlight of the night was Cash Wilkie's takedown of Andrew Price to get the win in overtime. Hawkeyes doubled up Lehigh 28-14.
I mean, after that scramble, that first thing, I think I did a slide by. No, I think I snapped him in that turnaround, and I thought it was 2, and then I kind of panicked a little bit, but then, I mean, I just wrestled through the position and just did what I did best. And just kept wrestling hard, and I felt him kind of lay on his stomach a little bit. And in my head, I kind of was thinking, oh, I can keep scoring on him. Nothing against him, but I mean, I felt good about that scramble, that I could keep shooting all of my shots, and there was no real threat.
Well, anytime you can get bonus points, that's what we want. And you know what, matches like that a guy's trying to keep it close to win in the end or whatever. His strategy was trying to maybe lull you to sleep and then snipe you or whatever. The higher pace you wrestle, the better your chances are.
The Hawkeyes are off until the Midland Championships on December 29th and 30th in Illinois. This weekend, the Iowa women's swimming and diving team defeated Iowa State and helped clinch the 2018 Cyhawk Series for Iowa. The diving team swept the 1-meter and 3-meter springboards, with Hawkeyes finishing at spots 1, 2, and 3. And for the swimming team, sophomore Kelsey Drake and senior Abby Schneider had career bests to help Iowa clinch their 9th straight victory over the Cyclones.
Yeah, well, we knew Iowa State would come in here, and have the best meet of the year so far for them, and we knew they were talented and well prepared for this meet. So we knew we had to be on our best. So some of the goals, obviously, we wanted to win the meet overall, and we needed to have everybody step up in every event because we are a little thin on the depth, and that's exactly what they did. And swimming and diving really tore it up on the boards, and so really, really proud of how they performed tonight.
Next up for Iowa is the USA Diving World University Trials this Friday in Atlanta. Now this weekend against IUPUI, Iowa's Megan Gustafson reached a major career milestone. With more, we have women's basketball beat reporter Natalie Accapetti standing by live in the newsroom. Good morning, Natalie.
Good morning, John.
So Natalie, what can you tell us about Megan's accomplishment?
Well, in that last Saturday's game against IUPUI, Megan became the 3rd Hawkeye in program history to score 2,000 or more points. And now she only needs 80 more points to break the all-time record of Allie Disterhoff's scoring mark of 2,102 points. Gustafson finished with 32 points on Saturday, including just 16 in the 4th quarter. And after the game said, quote, "Going into the 4th quarter, I knew we needed to pull away, so I put myself in the best position to be able to score," end quote.
But that's not the only record Megan has broken this season, right?
Yeah, that's right, John. Megan also broke the Iowa's program record for rebounding in the 1st quarter against Iowa State on December 5th. She currently has 1,080 career rebounds, but I personally can say that I cannot wait to see what the rest of this season has in store for her with all these records that she's breaking.
Yeah, that's right. She's only 80 points away from breaking Allie Disterhoff's all-time points record at Iowa. Once again, that was women's basketball beat reporter Natalie Accapetti standing live in the newsroom. That's it for me in the sports studio, but come back tomorrow for a closer look at a leader on the wrestling team. Noah and Sydney, back to you.
A popular Iowa Christmas display is now in its final season. The Hillside Spectacular in Dodge City has been drawing crowds every December for 34 years.
But now the 69-year-old owner says it's time for him to retire. The display will be lit up until New Year's Day, and the decorations will stay out until sometime later this spring. And Noah, I've hung Christmas lights in my room before, and I can tell you it is no easy task putting all those lights up.
That's true, and I'm glad he's at least going to get out there and give it one last shot. And that's all we have for you today on this morning edition of DITV.
Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for all your latest news, updates, and behind-the-scenes photos, and more.
And tune in every morning at 8:30 on dailyiowan.com.
And with finals week in full swing, be sure you take advantage of all the offerings happening at the IMU and around campus.
And with that being said, I think we should go get some pancakes, Sydney.
I'm down.
For DITV, I'm Noah Gowdy.
And I'm Sydney Zatz. Have a great day at Iowa City, and good luck on those finals.